Hey guys, Patdees here. The Traveling Pickers, my channel. Resell on eBay. I sell on Amazon. Starting to sell a little bit on Facebook Marketplace, but I came across, I wanted to make this video. I'm a big wrestling fan, but there's money in vintage wrestling magazines. So I picked up this whole pile recently of wrestling magazines, and I kind of just wanted to talk a little bit about it and what my process is in going to sell them. Now, when I did pick them up, I mean, look at this one, February 1972. That's my birthday. Look at that, Dusty Rhodes. Now, they're labeled $250. I bought from a guy that had an old magazine shop. Inside, look at this, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Black and white. Now, there is a little bit of damage. I mean, it is 50 years old, keep in mind. But, look at Dusty Rhodes here. So these are very unique, and a person who's a wrestling fan, I mean, just the Dory Junk Jr. 60 cents back in the day. Holy! I mean, how the heck could they print something for 60 cents? Guys, yep, we're back. So do me a favor, if you guys could like and subscribe to the channel, I'd greatly appreciate it. But I got a pile of around 30 of them. Now, what I'm going to do here, which I already did one just to maintain the integrity of the magazine itself, like this is from 1969, is I went and invested, and I got these magazine bags and these magazine boards. So 100 count and 100 count. You see a lot of people do these with different magazines or like comic books and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bag and board and a simple piece of Scotch tape. These aren't self-sealing. I kind of didn't want that because sometimes if you don't watch, when you go, it could be too tight, or if someone goes to open, it catches and it rips the page. Now, what I honestly think, at $2.50 a piece, I honestly think that these are probably, I can fetch $10 or $15. And these can go, what I would do is I would put these into a bubble mailer and with some rigid cardboard even around so that they don't get bent. Because sometimes the post office, they don't pay attention. They like to shove stuff in the post office box, if you have or in the mailbox, whatever you have at home, and they crush the stuff up. So it's neat to look back and see like Killer Kowalski, Dom DiNucci. If you guys follow wrestling, you know a lot of this stuff of who these people are and how even sometimes their gimmick and stuff changed over the years. But I'll go through these real quick, kind of show you. I mean, some of them have some minor cover damage, but really for being 50 years old, they're really not in that bad shape. I should be able to, I mean, obviously now what I'll do if someone buys a couple of these, I'll do combined shipping and stuff. Now, since there's, oh, God, look at that guy, how damn hairy he is. Look like a gorilla. I guess back then, because they weren't on as much. Oh, wow, that looks like Gorilla Monsoon there. Is that? Oh, yeah, Gorilla. Look how big he was, Gorilla Monsoon. A lot of the people who only been watching wrestling really the last 30 years know him from, being a commentator and stuff like that. But wrestling was big. I'm from Pennsylvania, and I'm not far from New York City. I'm about an hour and 15 minutes west of New York. But, it's amazing to think of how all these magazines back then, before there was no Facebook and the internet. Now, this one here, this is a little bit, there's Bob Orton. You can see they're starting to do some little bit more high gloss. Now, I ran into a problem is I started peeling off some of the 250 stickers, but I ran into, look, I'll show you this one. I ran into the problem where, see this? Then it started, because the paper is kind of thinner, depending upon how strong the gloss was or the protectant that they put on the, was how good it was going to be. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So, I mean, and probably the print back in the day, because this is basically like newspaper print, there is some advertisement in there, so you can't send these media mail. Only way you could send this stuff is first class, or if someone gets enough of it, that it will go for just priority and stuff like that. But, oh, wow. Who's this guy? This guy I think I recognize. Oh, there's Ken Patera. Boy, old school wrestling. Oh, Tony Guerrero. He used to work even behind the scenes in wrestling for the WWF at the time, now the WWE. Now, some of them, I mean, this one's in good shape, but look at the things even back. I mean, it was a good, I guess circus or look at that little beaver sideshow, the things that people would do. So I'm going to have these up on my eBay store. If you guys are interested, I'll put the link below. Like I said, they'll be listed probably for anywhere from $10 to $15. I have to do some comps. Now, sometimes some of these magazines you can't find comps because they're not available. 1971, that one's in good shape. But I even if someone's selling theirs for $4 or $5, there's some color, and I can't be worried about that, because if there's only 2 or 3 listed, if this stuff is rare, don't be afraid to ask, I think, the right price. Some people that really want it, who are big collectors of wrestling, will, you can name your price. So I wouldn't be too much worried about that. And if they sit there for a while, the right person will come along. Look, I mean, there's an old picture of Hulk Hogan. There's Paul, Mr. Wonderful Orndorff, who just passed away. I think it was this past year. Oh, look at that. The Samoans, I've met them. Actually friends with one of their sons. And there's Tito Santana, The Rock's father. Rocky, there he is, Rocky Johnson. So, I mean, this one right here, like, I mean, if I can't get $15, if I can't get a certain price, now this is 1981, that $225 back then. If I can't get a certain price for it, I'll just keep them myself. I'm not gonna give them away, but there's a lot of good. I wish I could find more deals like this, especially when you enjoy the subject matter and the stuff is so rare. You got to keep in mind, wrestling, they might have only, it wasn't like Sports Illustrated, maybe where they printed 200,000 copies of it. These they've only printed maybe 10, 20,000 copies of them, and how many really made it past this far? They didn't, but wrestling, some of these I never even heard of as far as the names, but I'm sure a lot of the companies that even did them printed up different, this whole pile here is all about wrestling. So, again, if you be on the lookout, and I always say it's a bolo, but don't be afraid to, I walked into the guy's magazine store. This was all the wrestling magazines that he had that were vintage. And now this one has a little damage, so you can see the pages are folded. Now, I'll probably go back through individually and flatten these out, which, big deal, won't cause no issues as far as, that's all I need to do. Because it's not a big crease, it's a light crease. But I'll go back, before I bag and board that, I'm going to address that and fix that one. So, got a lot of nice magazines here. And these don't take up a lot. I mean, I could put these in the filing cabinet. They won't take up a lot of space. It'll probably take me, honestly, to bag and board these will probably take me about an hour to take pictures of them, because they're bag and boarded. Now, I'll only take a front picture, but that won't take me long. So I'll probably have about 3 hours into them. They're easy to ship. They don't take up a lot of space. And I should be able to honestly triple or quadruple my money. So, hey guys, I appreciate you guys watching me. My name is Patdees. My channel is The Traveling Picker. Please give your support and help me in growing this YouTube channel by clicking subscribe, hit the bell button, hit the thumbs up, and hey, comment below if you guys are into this type of stuff and you want to tell a little story of things that you got or collect. That's one of the things I like to do is I like to kind of, if I run into stuff that's kind of collectible, I'll do a little like video series on, the subject matter of the find, the stuff that you do find out there when you're sourcing. So, all right, thanks guys, and I'll see you again. Bye.
Well, hey guys, it's Patdees.